Must have noticed it by now. Fireflies are back. We've reported they've been in decline, with several species nearing endangerment. But suddenly this summer, they're twinkling all over our area. I found out why.
You may not have believed your eyes at dusk the past couple of weeks in southeast Wisconsin.
When you go into the woods when it's really dark, and you can imagine your yard, but we have a lot more here, right? So it's just like sparkle, 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 sparkle. It's pretty amazing.
Not quite 10 million fireflies, but a lot more than last year. At least that's what it seems.
Generally, populations, if you actually do surveys of the fireflies, those are showing up as being in decline.
Bev Bryant of the Ware Nature Center says because the world turns slowly for fireflies, the perceived reemergence has a lot to do with the weather, this summer's, but also last summer's.
So if you remember last year, we had a summer a lot like we had this summer. A lot of rain, a lot of humidity, and that's good conditions for fireflies. They kind of like wet soil, and they spend maybe 1 to 3 years as a larva in your yard.
Now we're seeing the adults, and time is short.
We're kind of creeping up to the end of when we should be seeing a lot of those twilight fireflies, the ones that we were most familiar with.
They're doing the evolutionary dance they were taught right now. Mating season is basically late June to late July.
Fireflies actually communicate by blinking, right? In many species, the male is the one that's flying around, but the females come up to the tall grass and they blink back.
The most common species in Wisconsin, known as the Big Dippers for the dropping motion they do well lit, are most active from dusk to about 10 p.m.
They can do their talk, right? It's kind of like the big bar scene. They go, hey baby, hey baby, hey baby.
And you'll find them at the best places to pick up a mate: tall grass and what we might call the messy parts of our yards. Bev says fireflies are in decline, though. Instead of saying goodbye and getting misty-eyed, there are some things we can do.
2 big things you can do to be a friend to firefly is leave some mess in your yard. Leave a little corner that's got taller weeds. Leave some leaves in a pile in the fall. And then if you're out, enjoying the patio, when you go in, turn off all your lights. They don't need to be on all night. And you'll do a favor to the moths and the fireflies.
Mike Kirkov, CBS 58 News.
So Ware Nature Center is hosting its Fireside Friday Firefly Fun program this Friday night, where you'll go on a hike at dusk, searching for fireflies, capturing them, keeping them in a jar just for a little while, and then you get to have some s'mores. We've got the registration info at cbs58.com. Another interesting thing that I thought when I was doing this story is, so Frankie, you're from New Orleans. We're both from the Chicago suburbs, and you're from New York. What do you call the things we just did the story about?
It's a trick question?
It is. So I always called them lightning bugs. Never heard
call them
fireflies
lightning
before.
bugs too.
Lightning bugs. Okay, what'd you call them?
See, I don't remember us growing up with fireflies, but I would call them fireflies.
All right, and you?
I don't remember.
Apparently it's super regional. So lightning bugs, fireflies, but we're both wrong. We're all wrong.
Oh.
They're actually beetles.
Oh.
They're not bugs or flies, they're beetles.
Oh.
Ew.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,